everybody, and welcome back to Just Be. Happy Cherry Cheesecake Day and also Picnic Day to anybody who's celebrating this today. So today, when I was just going in my cards, this is the one that we need to concentrate on today that came out, and it says to release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy, okay? So because this one came out, guys, I'm gonna go into this one. Now, the energy that's come out for me, because I like to talk about myself as well as other people, I'll explain something that happened to me recently. So there was a time when my child was crying and I was really upset because of the person that she was crying about. So I previously had a very big upset, well, we all got upset about someone voice recording someone's voice and then giving that to the police. This person rang like 15 times, 16 times, and the things that they said in the message, they cut off certain messages. So they didn't record every single message. They sent just one message of 16, but they spoke about certain content that they wanted to be spoken about in this voicemail. Now, that time, it made us completely end contact, that we would never see that person ever. That was very nasty to do that. And the police officer obviously saw the tricky games and it was an end to that one. But then recently, the same person made my child cry and I got so angry because I couldn't phone Jack or Jimmy or Carl from down the road or Emily from down the road. I had to call the person that made my child cry. So for me, it was really strange because the person had said they were trying to not make my child upset, but they were doing everything to make my child upset. And in this voicemail, I just let loose. I literally just think, stay away from us. Give us back the stolen £49,000 and stay away from us. And it's traumatizing in my body, even just talking about the person, to have to ring the person to say stay away. But anyway, that person sent that voicemail to my social worker and it completely ended all contact for life. There's no going back. There's never any going back. The more this person does, the more they're making it worse. But this is somebody maybe going through releasing your ex. This might be somebody going through a custody battle, but there is no custody battle because you have full custody of your child. You've always had full custody of your child. This person hasn't ever had any custody, any part of your child's life. And if they have, it's been very few memories and they've been very upsetting memories, or they've traumatized the parent looking after the child that there has been no memories to celebrate. So I just want to go into this because I think Spirit wants me to show you, you must remember what's happened, because some people will say they've changed, but they don't realize that they haven't. They really don't. So let's just go in this. One more time. Right, Spirit, can you show us anything you need to show us? Show us the truth, Spirit. Show us the truth. One more time. Show us the truth, Spirit. Spirit just wants to show you, okay? So, family holiday, not allowed to talk to anyone. Caught you laughing and chatting with another family. Grabbed your head and banged it on the 2p machine. Kicked off site. Ruined child's holiday. They ruined the kid's holiday because you're not allowed to talk to anyone. That you've actually been attacked because you were talking to somebody, another family. On a family holiday, you're supposed to be happy and talking to anyone you like. But this person didn't want you to talk to anyone. You were only allowed to talk to them, no one else. And you got kicked off the site because somebody saw this person grab your head with your hair and bang it on a 2p machine in front of lots of other families. Someone paid someone's neighbours with drugs to get them to bully you. Post nude pictures of new girlfriend, hid you away for years and wasted life. Someone's using a child to get back into your life. Goes to the gym, but this person sleeps with men in the shower. This person has slept with men from the gym in the shower. Giving the mother anxiety, child can't help feeling it too. So this person is actually hiding that they're down low. They're actually going back to this partner and this child, and then they're going to the gym and they're actually sleeping with men. That's okay. But this person is giving this person, the mother, anxiety. And the child can't help feel the anxiety. And this is going back to what I said to you at the start of it. I knew this had to come into it. When this person is saying that they don't want to stress out the child, like when my ex said about me personally, I can't talk about your story, but when my ex said they don't want to stress out my child, it was like, you are doing things like this, and you need to be honest and truthful what you did. Someone is refusing to take a DNA test after spreading lies and slander. You don't know who the dad is. He knows he is the dad. Why did this man spread these rumors? Why did he tell people this child wasn't his? Someone is pregnant, out in a car, cold, crying, confused. Why, when you're pregnant with identical twins, would you leave and not help? Wants people to say you're mad. So maybe this doesn't have to be twins, guys. This is when I wrote this message. These are very traumatic cards for a traumatic time in my life. And I was pregnant and I needed help. I really needed help, and there was no one there to help me. It was the only time I needed help, and everybody left, okay? But people were saying I was mad, but I wasn't. I was a single parent 7 days a week, trying to drive my daughter to a school 40 minutes away, 40 minutes back home. I also was pregnant with twins, and I had no help. I had someone smash up all of our furniture in our flat and just leave with our money. So I was pregnant with twins. This is really traumatic time for me. And that's why me personally, I can't have that person back anywhere in our lives. You reap what you sow. And that's true, isn't it? If you leave someone out in the cold, if they want to leave you out in the cold, let them leave you out in the cold. You left them out in the cold. Why do you think you can leave someone and then have the right to come back to them when you choose? Life does not work that way. When you choose to treat someone like this, you must accept if they say, leave them alone. Fake accounts all blocked. They can't look you up. They can't to copy and laugh at you. Laugh at the abuse being spoken. Laugh about someone speaking about what they've gone through in life, a real, true abuse. Oh, gosh. Helped a homeless lady come home. Your ex came home and drugged this homeless lady. He abused her sexually. The next morning, all the furniture had moved around the home, and the homeless lady was crying. He left so quickly. But the homeless lady told the truth. New girlfriend, homewrecker, sent a man and 10 others to the home with a child and a baby mum. So this person's new girlfriend at the time sent 10 people to this woman's home with bottles, with knives, screaming and shouting, chucking rocks at the window. 10 people. And this was his girlfriend. But that girlfriend, she did that to his ex-girlfriend who he has a baby with. 10 people to her house. And if you see back here, it said about saying she's mad. You're doing all this stuff to somebody and then you're saying, you're sending 10 people to a pregnant woman with twins, house and a child. She's looking after herself. And then you want to say this person is mad. He will never admit his part. He doesn't want to respect the help you gave him. So somebody helped somebody, and this person, they didn't even respect the help. They didn't even acknowledge it. They made promises to always protect you, and the whole time he was trying to kill you. You wanted to love them, give them all you could, never enough. They wanted someone who could give them more. Sent people to follow his ex's car. Child was in the car and she was really scared. Like my ex is saying, he didn't want to scare my child, but then you sent Reds to follow us, which scared our child. While giving birth, the dad stole the bank card to go get cocaine. High. The whole birth, the mum felt so sick inside. Imagine giving birth and you've got a baby dad who is sniffing coke at the hospital, stealing your bank card to go buy more coke while you're sober, giving birth to your child. I think that would cause a woman to have a lot of mental health after that. Jack the lad, he's abusing an empath, pure right from the start. They're teaching her demonic sexual rituals, energy transfer, not of the light. So this man, because he is a sexually abusive person, because he has multiple sexual partners, he's found somebody who is actually very pure. And because he's had sex with so many women, he's attached that energy to that woman. And now that woman's going to have sex with lots of men because it's energy transfer. She is an empath. She can feel energy, which means it will be brought onto her. Empaths cannot go around people that are demonic. They really, really can't. And this person is trapped with this person, this Jack the lad. They're trapped because they've got a baby with them. So it's like this is somebody of the light and that's somebody of the dark who's just horrible, horrible, horrible man. So this person hit the child for her asking to call her mum. She tried to call her mum and he hit her. Left after spending all your money and your savings. They wanted you to be judged, but them skipped being judged. They wanted to say all of the bad attributes that you have in life, but they don't want to say how you got them, who you got taught these things from. Stole child's inheritance after years of abuse, giving them abandonment issues. For me personally, my ex-baby dad and his wife stole my child's inheritance for 4 years. I had to phone every single day. It caused me so much mental health, guys, to keep calling and calling. Can I have my daughter's money back? Can I have my daughter's money back? And it was like all of his money left. My daughter still got her 10 grand in her bank. But it took 4 years to get that back. Man telling partner she can't work. Telling others she's a bum, impregnates her only to trap her, doesn't care about the child. So this is somebody who's met somebody who is really like going to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And this person is like, ask them, I want to have a baby with you, but I don't want you to work. I want you to stay at home. I want you to be traditional. I want you to look after our baby. But then this person is going out into the public community telling people, yeah, she's a fucking bum. She don't work. She don't do nothing. Fancy that. This person calling you crazy, telling truth, how many drugs they brought into your home, wanted you to OD. So this person gave you so much drugs, okay? Probably out of your own freaking money. They wanted you to have an overdose from drugs, so you died. And then they would have been able to say, oh, that person was a druggie. But the truth is that person was actually trying to tell people you were crazy and you're a bum, and they were trying to steal your money while drugging you and taking your money to make you OD. Gave a ugly Tinder hoe a ring and bragged to your dad about engagement party. So this person who was in a relationship actually phoned their ex-partner's dad and said, I'm getting married. And they were bragging about it. This really embarrassed this ex-partner. That this could be something like when I wrote this card. So my dad is Jamaican, and it was really disrespectful him doing that. I haven't spoken to my dad since that day. So I lost my dad and I lost my mum. And it was like, you don't do that to me. You're disrespectful. That was rude. So likes to see you in pain, thinks he's the Joker. It's all games. You lost the game. Ego has him believing his own porcupines. 5-year plan to destroy your character. I worked out it was longer than 5 years. I worked out it was 2019. It was longer than 5 years. That's when it started. Right, there's a couple down here, guys. Expecting child support, but keeps missing payment. So this person might tell people, I pay my child support, but this person misses child payments. So say, I don't know about you, but my ex pays £6 a day, £50 a week. And I've only actually started getting that since my daughter was 10 years old. And he would miss payment, so I would ring him until I literally said, I am not going through this again. This is causing me a lot of emotional abuse and trauma. So I literally put it in a bank account for my daughter. So if he misses the payments, my daughter sees that he wasn't paying her. I don't spend my daughter's money. She uses it for herself. I don't want anything but my money back from this person. But yeah, this person is probably, so that you ring them. It's true, it's just so you ring them, okay? They want to tell people that you want money, but you haven't had anything off of them. You haven't. I said to my thing in Jack, I said I had a solitaire game and a cup. So please, just, no one's ringing you for anything. When someone rings you and you have a child with them, you're not giving that person something, you're giving your child something. And when you haven't given anything, you can't really tell people when you just start giving things. It's very strange, that. Two more. So, tied up, told you to put on sexual outfits and filmed. Doing things you didn't want to do. He said, if you don't do it with me, I'm going to find someone who will. And that's where Tinder comes in. That's where all these sites come in, because there's people that are more willing to do these things, right? If you like vanilla, you're vanilla. But he wants more than vanilla. Okay? Hidden naked pictures of women from your child's school. Planning to put on show so you find it. Trigger warning. So this is when I had to move my child from her primary school, because I found a woman's naked pictures in my ex's house. And he asked me to go and clean his mum's house because he really didn't clean. And he hid these naked pictures, and I asked him, like, what the hell are these? This girl, I've seen her in school for like 4 or 5 years. What the hell have you got a naked picture of her? And then I found out he was in prison, young offenders, and then I found out that they were sending love letters. It made me feel so disgusting. Like, all of her friends had like taken me out to go and have lunch to find out things about me. So she knew about me, but I didn't know about her, and that was just crazy. but this person could have potentially, like, you could be going in school with somebody, and this person could be sleeping with your baby's dad. Using a child to get back in your life. We got 2 of them. Dirty secrets all coming out. Thought they could stop you speaking the truth. Oh, you came home, caught him playing with his own ass, watching male porn alone. This is something he was doing alone. And there's nothing wrong with watching it, but there is when you're in a relationship. You have to be clear. If you want to be doing that with both, you have to tell the person, excuse me, I want to play with dicks and I want to play with Fanny. But you've got to be clear with that person. If you hide it and that person finds out, you will traumatize that woman or that man for the rest of their life. You must be truthful. This person has PTSD over the past memories coming back. So traumatized, causing you to act out. Repeat behavior wanted you to commit suicide, so flaunting other women in your face. Okay? So because you have PTSD now, this is somebody who should stay the fuck away from you. Maybe not get other women to call you. This isn't very good, is it? He doesn't think he's cheating because the other women are escorts. So you probably went in this person, you probably just found an escort's like card. You found their number, you might have rang and said, excuse me, who are you? And you're thinking this person is judging you, but they are actually paying for escorts. But they're judging you, but they're paying for escorts when you're not with them. Right. We've done this one. Is that one? Proof of all the crazy acts they played, a stupid game they could never win. So this woman has actually been paying attention. She understands that this man is not from the light, does not have any good intentions, and is really kind of a fucking tricky dicky. So this woman has got to actually be honest now. You've got to be honest, because this person's a tricky fucking dicky. People see him as nice, but behind closed doors, he was an abuser. Selfish and creep. Caught stealing, but won't admit it. Stealing off his baby mum, stealing off his child, stealing off his friends, even their own mum, £20,000. Slept with your sister, only to hide and laugh for years and years behind your back together. But they were accusing you of cheating. At the same time as fucking your sister? I don't think this man would be able to show his face in front of you if all this happened. Child not being fed. So you sent your child to this person's house, and their dad was sleeping all days and taking drugs at night time when this child was asleep. Sleeping patterns. This dad was leaving their child to play alone. This man tampered with your car, knowing that their daughter was going to get in that car and drive to school in that car. Wanted this child to have a crash just to get back at the mum. Don't lower yourself for this person. Let karma deal with thieves. Right? Let karma. Someone's wife lied to keep him away from his daughter. She put he put everyone but that little girl first. Everyone but that little girl. It doesn't matter about that little girl's mum. It matters about the little girl. And he put everyone in front of her. This man is pretending to be straight, but he is really gay. And there's nothing wrong with being gay, but there is when you're getting relationships and you've got multiple children by multiple different women and you are literally getting married. There is something wrong when you are lying like that in front of God. Be honest with yourself. We love you. Be honest. Okay? This person has mummy issues. And that's why this person has to be with a partner who does everything for them, because they're trying to get back at the mum that left them. The mum that didn't care about them. The mum that rejected them. So they feel like if they take it out on all the women that they're with, it's going to be all right. You know, I've got my mum back. But no, this is a mum with children. You're doing this too. You're ruining children, not fucking mums, mate. You're ruining children's lives. Pregnant, cold out in the car, partner's mother is a racist. So maybe when this person was pregnant with this person's child, she had to sit outside in the freezing cold because his mum was a racist. Maybe his dad was really nice and said, come on in, love, you can't sit out there, it's cold. And maybe this man was going to this woman's house and her mum was very good to him. Making up he left you. Truth is you left him. You might have been like me. I had to run away in the lockdown and live in a caravan. If any of you lived in a caravan in the wintertime, it's freaking freezing. You bring all your books and things like that and it all gets moldy. I lost everything from getting away. I came back to nothing. I rebuilt it. I lost everything. It just kept 1, 2, 3 until I was like, I don't want anyone. I don't want none of you in my life, because every time I'm around you, stuff ruins in my life. And when you're not in my life, everything gets better. Everything grows. So his ugly fiance stalked the baby mum through a sex partner to get info and to share it to keep them apart. So basically, when someone was having a sexual relationship, that person told that person about their ex-partner, their name, where they live, everything. So that new partner went and stalked the ex-partner, but they didn't just stalk them. They fucked another man, got that man to pretend that they liked that woman, got all the info, asking questions about their partner, who they want to be with. Then they got that person to send all that information and act like it just happened. But it was a setup by this fiancé. She set this up. It was her, the ugly bitch. Someone punched her in the face because she wouldn't give him a slice of Domino's pizza. Someone got punched in the face because they paid for the pizza and the person was rude and they were like, I don't want you to eat any of my pizza. Go and buy your own pizza. So this man punched this woman in the face over a fucking pizza. This person took you to a house party and pointed out a woman he fucked and set you up. So this one was from when I was younger. My ex got with this one girl. He took me to this party, sat down next to her, and then she told me she'd fucked him for how many years. I was thinking, what, out of all the people to get me to talk to in this party, why would you get me to talk to that one person? Freaking weird. And the same thing with that Natasha, Emma Jackson going to your wedding is fucking weird. It's weird. If you fuck someone, if you send naked pictures, don't be coming to my wedding. Don't come nowhere near the groom. But some people are swingers and they enjoy knowing someone's fucked their partner and they're around them. And some women really do enjoy that. But if someone's touched someone I'm with, stay away from me. So putting all the blame on the woman, putting work in 7 days a week, you child, shut up, bruh. So this man has done all of this and he's trying to say that there's something wrong with the woman. Nuts. Oh. Went to the child's school, told serious lies only because you decided to block them. So this woman said, I don't want anything to do with you. Can you stay out of my life? So this man was like, right, you want to ignore me? You can't ignore me. I'm going to phone her school. So he embarrassed his own child in a school to get back at the parent, the mum, for not wanting to talk to him, for blocking his number. Married for money, too much pride to say sorry to their true love, wanted to chase them. So this man wants you to chase them, but you weren't going to chase this person. This person smashed your TV. Why would you chase someone who's doing all this to you? Why would you ever even want that person in your energy? The devil found an earth angel, completely destroyed her life, and took all her good energy. So like, say when you met this person, you were really healthy, really like had loads of savings in your bank, probably had good finance. When my ex left, he smashed my car and he ruined my credit rating. So I had a really bad credit rating, but he managed to like get a good credit rating after he destroyed mine. But it might be something like that. Someone might have got credit cards out and told you to put it in your name, but really they had no intentions of paying it. There was another bit when my ex left me, he didn't pay the rent, so I had to pay £5,000 rent arrears back. So he didn't just leave, he left me with bills, big bills, trying to trigger you by hurting your child. This is a sick fuck. You're making it worse by hurting someone's child. You're making it so much worse. You need to stay away from that child after all of this. You need to stay away from the child. Stay as away as you can. Yeah, 22 people involved. X knows every single one of them. So 22 people have come against you in a certain amount of years since having your child. And you found out that every single one of those 22 people knew your ex was involved with your next. Quinky dinky, isn't it? All 22 of them. So this person repeat fake police calls. He hits his baby mum and then tells the police he's the victim. So on some of the my police reports, he's literally came in and like tried to take my bank card. We've argued over it. He's grabbed me, chucked me on the floor, hurt my arm, so slammed onto concrete floor as well. And then he's gone and called the police and said something happened. But he was coming to my house. Some people are real sick like that. They have a criminal record of hurting women, and they will actually call the police about you to save themselves because they know that they're so disgusting and they put their hands on women. Strangled her in front of her child. Daughter hit him with a sweeping brush in his ear. Mum got punched because the dad thought that it was actually the mum that hit him in the ear, but it was actually the child that saw the dad punch the mum and strangle her. Release this man. Can't be around us. You need to release this person. If he keeps you away from his family and friends, he's chatting shit behind your back. For the last 3 years of my relationship, this man made out like he wasn't with me. He literally brought his son around and I thought, God, his son's a bit funny around me. What's happening? And then I found out about another woman, but he literally was telling people we were over years before, but he was still coming, my house, eating my food, taking my money, using my hot water. I think anyone would be mad at that. Someone won't pay for a child if child refuses to speak. So this person, when their child said they didn't want to talk to them anymore, they literally just said, I'm not going to pay for you. If you don't talk to me and you're my child, I'm not paying for your food. I'm not paying for your food. I don't care. And this man stopped payments just because a child said, I don't feel safe around you. I don't feel safe. So when left for 4 months, returned home, chucked a pencil case on the floor, told daughter, pick it up. There's £40. This is vile. This is trick, not love. Mum snapped. Because this man left for 4 months and thought £40, that was £10 a month this person left, and give their child £10. And to chuck something on the floor to a child and say, pick it up, I don't know who you are, mate, but you would never speak to my child like that again. Stole car while she slept. Went to fuck other men and women, crashed the car, got arrested, went and begged, say you gave me the keys, please tell the police, tell them that you gave me the keys. I love you, please tell them. 1 month later, after he convinced you to tell the police that you gave him the keys, he left. He was using you for your car. He was using you for your money, but then he didn't want to get in trouble when he smashed a £9,000 car when you were sleeping. And he was off on Tinder to go fuck other men and women. Not one, two. Couldn't decide which one he liked better. Trying to overcome the past, but it haunts them. It really does. Like, all of this happening in anyone's life, it's going to haunt forever. It's going to traumatize forever. So you got to literally just like go over it all, chuck it in a bag, burn it up and say goodbye. And do not revisit the past. It's too much that's happened. Look, someone stole a dog's perfume. This is really, really scabby. Scabby. Why would you steal dogs off dogs? So you were stealing off people, old people, you were stealing off disabled people, and you were stealing off of animals. Crikey. And you think you're a who kind of person in life. You think that people need to respect you. If people knew you were going around with dog perfume on and that you stole it, you didn't even buy dog perfume, you actually stole it. Crikey. Poor dog going without now because of you. Ex making up lies that they could have you. Oh, so they made up lies saying they could have you got someone killed. No one asked for proof. Before attacking you, he wants you alone. So maybe an ex was going around telling people that you tried to kill him, but you didn't. He just wanted to say that so people attacked you. Why won't he give back what he stole? If you're such a changed person, why wouldn't you give back what you stole? Because you just want to push past the pain. You want to not address. You want to address everyone else, but you don't want to address you. Plotting to set up, exposed, is actually called reactive abuse. He knows your triggers. So, say with me, I have EUPD, guys, and I have certain triggers, but the EUPDs, some of them are my triggers, but some are actually just on my own. But if you lived with me and you were my mum or my sister or my ex-partner, you will know my triggers. But when someone tries to use them against you and then traumatize you and then say to everyone, look at her, she's crazy, look, she's crazy. But they don't want to say what they did to you to make you react that way. They don't ever want to say that part. They just want to say, look at that crazy person. They tried to make you and your child homeless. My ex took the name off this ex-serviceman flats, and we literally were going to have to be, we were going to be homeless. We can't stay here if we're not ex-servicemen. And lucky enough, we actually managed to get them to, we stayed here for so many years, we managed to actually say we could. But the whole plan was to make me homeless so he could take my child. Provided one pair of trainers in 11 years, one hairbrush, got a phone holder, but no phone after leaving a child 1 year. I wrote this one when my child cried because she asked her dad, can you buy me an iPhone? And he said, yeah, I definitely will. And he went for a whole year and then he came back with an iPhone stand. No iPhone, just the stand. She cried, she took it and then she cried. So I had to go out and buy her an iPhone because he was toying with her. Like, who does that? You didn't even need to get the phone holder. You just don't if you can't get the phone. But it was like, I'm going to upset her because it's going to upset you, Mary. Caught wearing women's pants with sex toys. What the fuck is going on here? I used to catch him literally like doing his ass up on his own. I don't know what the hell it was. Dildos in plastic bags, shit on them. No fucking hygiening. No hygiening at all. Right? But he'd be sat there with women's pants on. He'd be fucking his ass and smelling knickers. It was fucking weird. He'd sometimes have my bra on. It was fucking weird. Weird. Spending money on other kids, but not his own. So this is what we've seen. Thinks you can cheat on me and hide it. Let me make your packed lunch now. Wow. Okay, so I found out years ago, because I will admit my faults, and I actually, when I designed these card styles, I did this like 3-4 years ago when I was having mental health trauma. You can see it was, but instead of talking to other people, I just wrote down my feelings. But this is my story. Every card is my story, what happened to me. But there's more to the story. But this person, when they cheated on me, I'm such a nice person. I was making his lunch for work. And I knew, like, his friend Wassel had told me he'd been cheating on me. So I didn't say I knew from him, but his best friend told me. And I was so angry with him. I literally thought, I can't do anything to your food because that's just nasty, but I am going to pour a bottle of vodka in your juice. And I know it's going to be really hot on that roof. And I know you're going to swig it down so fast and you're going to scream, Mary! And I'm going to enjoy it. And then he rang me and I enjoyed it. And we broke up. And I enjoyed it because you were cheating anyway. But never let him get away with it, girls. I say, put the vodka in the fucking juice. Make him get fired. But anyway, back to refusing to take a DNA test after spreading lies and slander. You don't know who the dad is. He knows he is the dad. Yeah, another one. Shit on the sex toys. What the fuck? Clean it. Just chuck it away. If you've got shit and it's dry and it's dirty, and if your vibrator goes yellow and orange, you need to chuck that in the bin and buy a new one. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with you. Like, I don't know why that went orange and brown. It is not normal. But you need to, please, to my ex, you and Natasha, please clean your toys, clean your toys regularly, because that was shocking. Oh, no way. No way. It makes me feel sick. You're probably still doing that now. Hope you ain't got in a plastic bag. Even more unhygienic. Sorry. He's telling people you did to him what he did to you. So my ex told everything. He said I cheated on him. I never cheated on anyone in my life. No. He cheated on me with about 15, 16 different people. And after 16 different people, I was like, right, I'm going to go and get with whoever I want to get with when I'm single. And I ended up getting with one person that he knew, but he already knew everyone in Bristol. So it was going to be hard not to date someone that he knew. But he told everyone I cheated on him and I got with his best friend. And I thought, no, mate, that's a lie. You need to start telling the truth, you little porky pie liar. Tell the truth about yourself. Because this person lied about me. And if you knew me, you would know that would not be my character, right? He stole her money for drugs. So she sniffed his cocaine and crushed it up with cat litter. And I did. One time he stole my money when I was younger. And I really was angry with him. And I decided to sniff it all to myself, and I needed to replace it back to him. So what I did is I literally got some cat litter from the cat litter where he weed and pooed, and I crushed it up and I put it in the packet and I watched him sniff it, and I enjoyed it too. I did that because you are a cheater and you steal. So you need to be taught a lesson, okay? So that happened, and that, I'll be honest, yes, I did crush up cat litter, and yes, he did sniff it. And I'm not sorry. Stole £250 from their own daughter's money box. She asked for her money back. He laughed in her face. Mad because they couldn't take your happiness away. You love life too much, don't you? Even if you're angry for a little bit, I mean, it can't last forever, can it? It's just a feeling. Feelings have to pass. You have to express every single emotion, and you have to let them all be open and welcome in your life. Just don't stay stagnated in one energy. So, comes back just to eat all your food. This is the truth. We've got to accept the truth. He comes to bring you the first pipe, then he asks for the bank card. Please see the signs. Somebody who's going to drug you in a relationship with a toxic relationship with drugs. That person is going to always offer you something free first. Here, have a drag. Here, have a line. Here, have a smoke. Here, have something buying you something. But if you notice, a lot of people can do this, and they're very manipulative, okay? And they will give you something because they want something back. There's the give and receiving, but the giving and receiving isn't actually generally to the person back. It's to someone else. But this person, saying with the first pipe, this person is only come and give you something like a first pipe to ask for your bank card. This person just needs more money. Okay, that's the truth. This person got fired for smoking crack cocaine on a roof. This person was passed out cold as a turkey. They joined in with people who were envious of you just to destroy you. Doesn't care about the kid. Because if you cared about the kid, you wouldn't hurt the parent that's looking after the kid. But if you hurt the parent looking after the kid, that means you really did want to hurt your child. Let's just read the rest of these guys. Finding wart medication with his name on it, still denying it, right? So when you're actually having the wart medication from the doctors, you'll have your name on it and it will look, it's burning stuff to burn them off. But I definitely seen that on a medication thing. Definitely. Right? He never wanted you. It was only for money and sex. Crikey. Just do not sleep with him after you find out he's got warts. Please. Pop goes your tire. Strange. Last time was a now. It's your ex-partner. Then he returns to save the day. So what happened to me before is someone put a nail in my tire and then he turned up. And the same with my tire popped and he turned up. It's like you did it. You knew who was doing it. You were around her house, opposite her house. They've already told the truth. Said you cheated when he left and told the neighbour she's not black enough. The man is sexually confused. So this man is really sexually confused. You know, he's getting with men, he's getting with women, then he's with a quarter class girl, then he's with a mixed race girl, then he's like, no, she's not black enough, and then he's like, no, I'm going to go to the white side again. This person doesn't know men, women, up, down. He just wants everything. Very greedy man. Very greedy indeed. This person catfished. Lots of different men contact you at the same time to plot against you. Called you a gold digger and a slag. When this happened to me, when me and my ex broke up, literally, and it was so weird, it was when him and Natasha first got together, I literally had about 25 different people call me and text me, and I literally didn't go out with any of them, but it's weird how it was that timing. So it's like loads of people will say they like you, but really they just want to see your replies, and then they want to go back to that partner and say, look, she's getting with loads of people. But really, it's a setup, okay? Don't do it. So this ex has happened to me. My best friend Danielle, she's died, and she saved my life, because if she wouldn't have been behind the door with me, he would have chucked it on my face. But my ex, I didn't want to be with him anymore, and she came over with me when I said I don't want to be with you, but she was in the room, and he got so angry because of his ego, and he literally got sugar hot water, and he said, I'm going to ruin your face. And I had to run into my bedroom, and my best friend Danielle, she had to barricade the door with me, and then she called Jay, her partner, and he come to remove Mitchell out my flat. But that actually happened, and he really was going to chuck hot water on my face. You know, you really got to stay away from these psychopaths. Something's wrong if a child doesn't want to go and see their dad. What happened? We'll find out when she's older. Truth has actually came out, hasn't it? But we'll probably find out even more. And that's why when people abuse children, what I found out the other day was this. My daughter had like abuse, and then she was taken to the park, and then she was brought back home to me. And I was wondering where all this abuse came from and why she didn't communicate it to me. And it's really important that we all recognize and see with these abusive parents that like these are signs, like, because when you abuse someone, you do something nice for them after, and then they forget the trauma. And it's not safe to leave children with these people if they are doing things like that to traumatize them. And it takes children till they're older, like 14, to literally tell the truth. But if that child is 4 or 5, they can't tell you anything. They don't see it. So it's like really important to get the truth out so we can help other people speak the truth, because that's something that I thought, whoa, for not telling your mother that you were hurt by someone, you have to take that child to the park to make it all go away. And the park is really fun, isn't it, guys? When you're going on the swings and the slides, you forget about everything. It's fun. But you don't do that to my child, and you will be punished for that. You will. You will answer the truth. Something's wrong. Yeah, so we've done this one. Took all mother's money, then left her unable to help herself. She found down the stairs. So yeah, he stole 20 grand from his mum's bank, and like she was so old she couldn't even leave the house. So she went to the bank and she gave him permission with the bank lady to take money out of his bank. And when his dad died, he said, I've got a hidden bank account with £20,000 hidden in there. Don't tell Mitchell about it because he will take the money out. And I said, no, I promise you I won't. And I said, why have you left it? And he said, it's for my wife. When I die, I just want her to have something so she lives a comfortable life, because I know she's going to only have one pension when I die. So I just put some extra money in so she's okay. And I thought he was such a nice man, Peter. And when he died, the moment he died, that man manipulated that woman who adopted him. And he got her to convinced her to go down and give her the bank details. And he just kept taking the money, taking the money, taking the money. And I went and told her he stole £5,000 out of my bank. And she said to me, not my son, not my son. My son would never do that. And then he stole £20,000 off of her. And then I said, I told you what he was doing. And she said, I don't want to talk about this, Mary. She was so old. She just was so tired. She missed her husband. She didn't care about money, but he cared about it. He was going to steal off of his own mum who adopted him. And he left. And I said, when he had a bladder infection, I said, don't leave her, please. I've looked after old people. Don't leave her with a bladder infection. And I told Natasha, because Natasha phoned me, and I said, please tell Mitchell he needs to stay with her, or you need to take her into a hospital or something. She can't be alone. And then none of them listened to me. They said, yeah, we are, we're going to do it. She fell down the stairs, and then she had to go into a hospital, and then she died. So I feel like he was leaving her on purpose so that he could get the inheritance money off of her quicker. And Natasha actually helped with this murder. It's abuse. It's adult abuse. It's elderly abuse. But it was child abuse with my daughter. It was me with disabilities. And then it was his mum, which is elderly abuse. And then the other lady, Kim Muldrow, I think she said 10,000, 14,000. It was something he took 14,000 from another elderly lady. And that is disgusting, really. But I'm sorry, I have to tell the truth about everything. Yeah, this man is sucking dick. He's getting his bum fucked for crack rocks. So this man don't even get money for sucking dick. He's literally sucking dick, getting his bum fucked for £10, £20. Not even proper money. I mean £10, £20. He has a really big bum hole. Only just took name off the flat, just telling people you broke up 10 years ago. So this man probably was with you, but he was telling people before he wasn't with you. Left abandoned their own daughter for a new van and a bigger house. Uses women to support them. So this person had an opportunity to spend time with their child, actually be in their child's life, recover with their child. And this person got bought a new van or something to do with a van. And that he left his daughter for a van. Fucking hell, cheap fuck. Bigger house, cheap. This person drugged baby mum, and he stole 5,000. He did this so she couldn't call the police for help. He left her to meet an elderly lady. The elderly lady said that she spent that £5,000 and she enjoyed it. The old lady actually told this woman, yeah, it was me and him, and I liked it. You give it to me. I'm sorry, we're on drugs. So this person's stealing lead off elderly people's homes. This man's, he's taking lead and then off old people's homes, and he's selling it in the scrapyard. This is the devil. Now, this story is not yours, okay? This story is mine. I take all this energy off. I take it off of everyone. I am the most fucked up person in the world, and I have never said I am not a fucked up person, but a fucked up person learns a lot from being fucked over so many fucking times. This person destroyed my fucking life. They took everything off of me, and I still managed to get up, because every day I will not let my past define my fucking future, and neither should you. It's just a fucking story. But with me, and I've got mental health, I put mine on a story. I put mine all in my little box. And I've got more of these because this was just some of my story. But I think I wanted some of you to really see me and just realize that I'm not my other cards. These ones and other ones. But they're not all bad. This is just my story, because I don't want to put my story in these, but my story's here, and my stories are very painful, but I chose to not go out and hurt other people and lie to other people and steal off other people and cheat other people. I actually thought, I'm really traumatized, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to just put all this trauma onto cards. I don't even want to fucking traumatize a psychiatrist. It's a lot of trauma, and it doesn't even make sense to me yet. And that's why sometimes when there's trauma that you don't make sense, you have to let it go, okay? Have to let it go. It really is time to release our exes and let it go. We do, but we need them completely out of our lives and never to return. Never to return. Today, when I found out that when I found out that my ex sent my voicemail to a person that is in charge of my child, it's the same thing that his wife did, completely over now. There's no chances. As soon as you do that, there's no more chances. But after this behavior, you really think you can send my voice notes and get away with that? Of course I'm angry at you, and of course I'm never going to speak to you nice. You know, like someone who hurts people that to that extent, they will never ever see my light. The only thing they will see is my shadow. I would never ever respect them. I would never be nice. I would never be kind. I would never let them in my house. I don't want them anywhere near me. And never, if someone hurts me, I don't want them anywhere near anything I've brought into this life. Because if you hurt me, you're going to hurt what I brought into this life. And I don't care what anyone says. You repent your sins and you change. You know, like if you lie, you tell the truth when you change. If you steal, you give back when you change. And if you cheat, you just go to your wife or husband and you tell them the truth. I cheated on you and I want to repent my sins and I'm sorry I made a mistake. Can we make this work? Can we do counseling? You know, but somebody who says they've changed, but the whole behavior is the same, that is not a changed person. And when people don't decide to change, there is always people that will come to speak the truth. So you don't need to change because the truth will be spoken to the correct people. And the same as me, guys, when I saw my daughter cry, she rarely cries. And when she cried, I literally was like, no, I'm phoning him because you're the person who made my child cry. So I'm going to go straight to the person. I'm not talking to here, Harry, there. I'm going straight to the source. You made my child cry and this is what I think of you. So if the voicemail was a bit aggressive, maybe shouldn't have made my daughter cry. Maybe should answer all of those questions of abuse on that piece of paper and tell the truth. Tell the truth, because when a child remembers abuse and they write it down and they can remember ages and times and all this weird stuff, you know, when you don't validate actually that their memories are true, their memories are validated, your feelings matter. When you try to push past the trauma you've given children and you really believe that you can do that, and you really believe you can buy a child after you've abused them, you think you can take them to the park after you've abused them, like this is sick behavior from adults. And the fact that you've reproduced more life after that abuse is incredibly selfish, and I'm scared for everyone in your care. I don't care if it's a woman, if it's a child, I'm scared for their life. Their mental health, their physical health, like everything, okay? And it all starts off great for the first 5 years and then it goes downhill. But it all starts off great for 5 years, okay? But I wish everyone well. This was just a message for myself because, like I said, I was really set up and it was so lucky because I told my probation officer, I literally told my social worker, I literally said, I phoned him and I shouted and screamed, but you know, he made my child cry. So when he sent over the voicemail, I was so lucky that I was very truthful and I told the truth. But if you don't speak the truth, guys, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble, you know, just by not speaking the truth and people finding out things. It's better to say, yeah, I did do something and I think this is wrong. I should have shouted at this person, but I had to say, can you give me back £49,000? And I was very angry about it because I haven't seen a penny of the stolen money in 6 years.